Good morning. Ooh, that's odd. Good morning, everyone. I hope you are all well. Sort the hair out. I've got coffee this morning. I'm a happy girl. So yes, let's check that I've gone live. Yes, I am. So that's good. It's another weird day here in South Oxfordshire. We had hail, thunder, lightning, goodness knows what yesterday. And sorry, I've got to get the nice bit from the edge of my mug. So yes, really weird weather at the moment. This is not May. This is April, possibly. It's a combination of April and March, I think. It's sunny at the moment. The forecast is for it to be wet later. I wanted to do some gardening this afternoon. Not going to be doing that, clearly. But anyway, that's still quite hot. So today I'm going to be using the sweet ice cream, just the stamp set and the papers, which are Ice Cream Corner, and the ribbon that goes with the sweet, which is the Blackberry Bliss striped ribbon. Morning, Wendy. How are you? So yes, the reason I've said if you saw my post on Facebook, the reason I said that, morning Claire, that I would give you a money saving tip, I will come to in a moment. But it's not to do with morning Lorna. Sunny Chester. Yes, it's sunny in South Oxfordshire this morning at the moment. But I've just had an alert to say that there is rain expected by 12. Morning Jeanette. Morning Judith. So yes, it's the money saving tip is not to do with all good in a washed out Swansea. Oh no, wet over there then. It's not to do with the Join Plus, but of course I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't say Join Plus. Hi Jan. So yes, Join Plus runs until the end of the month. We're halfway through. In fact, we're more than halfway through the month. Join Plus, you get £154 off product for £99 and free shipping. There you are. I've done my plug. Morning, Nora. I posted product shares in colour and thank you packs yesterday. So if anyone is expecting one, it will be with you very soon. Apart from you, Wendy, I'm saving yours to go into your parcel, which will go today, just to save a little on postage. First time catching me live from Melbourne. Yay! Well done, Lorraine. Gosh. Early evening, I'm guessing. Morning, Jan from Florida. We are being an international group this morning. So I have got a card and a gift box for you today. And I am using some things that are carrying over to the new annual catalogue and some things that aren't. I don't want you to miss some of the things that are in the mini catalogue whilst they're still available. 8 p.m. Oh, so night almost rather than early evening. Oh, well, I'm using some new stuff as well. So, yes, I don't want you to miss out on stuff. So, at the moment, the sweet ice cream stamp set and matching punch, which I seem to have mislaid for the moment because I'm not using it, is bundled in the mini catalogue but won't be in the new annual catalogue. It will be in the new annual catalogue but not bundled. So if you want it, please, please, please get it before the mini catalogue goes. So, morning Candy, morning Rachel. Shared and thumbs up. Thank you, Lorna. Yes, if you enjoy the videos, please give them a thumbs up. And if you don't already subscribe, please consider subscribing and hitting the alert bell so you know when I've gone live. I go live 3 times a week, Tuesday at 11, Thursday at 3, and Saturday at 10. Those are all UK times, and it's 11 a.m, 3 p.m, 10 a.m, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So, and relax. Let me flip you down and I will I'll start crafting. 6 a.m. in Florida. Wow, that's, well, I was going to say that was early, but actually my alarm goes off at 6, so not really. I forgot it was YouTube instead of Facebook. Yes, I have abandoned Facebook. I am sick of the poor quality. I'm sick of being kicked out halfway through my lives. So bad luck, Facebook. There are an increasing number of us switching from Facebook to YouTube. 5 a.m. in Arkansas. Okay. My alarm, in the days when I worked in the City of London, my alarm went off at 5, but I don't, so it goes off at 6. Right, I am going to flip you down so that we can still see me, but also see the what I'm doing. I do still find it really alarming that there's such a delay. However, so sweet ice cream stamp set. Please remember that this could be Mickey Mouse if it's that way and you trim off that bit. Just saying. So I am going to suggest that if you're using this stamp set, you use the piercing mat because, oh, I've just got something delivered. It's my pizza boxes. Yes! Just make sure that he's all right, and then I'm thinking he is. I have waved at him and he's fiddling with his handset. I think it's going to be fine. But yes, I've got pizza boxes coming because I've got a team retreat coming up, and I need pizza boxes to send my stuff out to my team. Your alarm goes off when it feels like it. Okay. Interesting. Right, I'm going to start with a card, but we are making a box as well, and I am cheating with the box. We're not making the box. We are assembling a box and decorating it. But let me grab those bits, and I need those bits, and I need a card base, and I need a liner. So I'm using... I know, I can't wait. I'm so thrilled. I cannot tell you how excited I am about the retreat. It's been a long time coming, so I was planning on having it kind of April, May time. Well, sorry, March, April time, and then of course with everything with my father that didn't really work. So I'm using, as well as the stamp set, I am using the TaylorMade Tags dies, which are hidden in the new catalogue. And I've got this one out. I've already die cut the largest of the square edged. Just checking that it's not raining on my boxes. No, it's not. That's fine. Because it's about to start raining, I can tell from the clouds. So I've used the largest with Pool Party, and then I'm going to be using the next one down. And I've already die cut the second from largest of the round topped. It did sound like rain, and it's not. Anyway, so I've got a piece of the Blackberry Bliss diagonal stripe. So it's Blackberry Bliss and white. I don't have a mini catalogue. Where can I get one? And when did you say it runs till? You can see everything that's in the mini catalogue on the Stampin' Up website. You can order one from the Stampin' Up website, and it runs until the 30th of June. You're in Florida, so there's no point, even if I could afford to send one to you in Florida, Jan, it's a lot of money. Good morning, Helen from Michigan. Kate ordered the tags. Yay! Well, you can borrow them from your team member / daughter. Yes. So, Diagonal Blackberry Bliss. This is, I think it's possibly terracotta tile, but it's nearly Calypso Coral. This suite does include Purple Posy and terracotta tile, which have, of course, retired. I think it may even have Pretty Peacock in it. Why don't you move the boxes now in case it starts to pour? I'm sure no one will mind. They are undercover, Rachel, but thank you. They are undercover, and they are very, very, very well wrapped, by the look of it, in, unfortunately, black plastic. Not a great fan of black plastic, but hey, they'll be fine. So I've got a card base. Of course, I've done it long and thin because that's just the way I rock and roll. And to be honest with you, Rachel, I don't have anywhere to put them in here until I've unpacked them. So I'm going to unpack them outside and then bring them in. So that's my card base. Let's pop that to one side for the moment. And I'm going to lay my paper on. So these are actually pretty normal sizes for me. So this is 5 5/8 by 3 7/8. This is obviously for A4 cardstock, and I'm an imperial girl, so the measurements are in inches. Don't even begin to ask me what they are in centimetres, because I don't know, but they will be on my website. So I'm going to pop this down. Now it does kind of blend into the background, but I'm quite happy with that. I didn't want it to be in your face. Oh, Candy, that's brilliant. So Candy, Candy has said she will happily send you a mini catalogue. So why don't you get in contact with each other and sort that out? So that would be great. Wonderful. Morning, Jenny. Morning, Audrey. So I've also got this little scallop, which I'm going to pop on here. So this is exactly 1/4 inch shorter and narrower. So I've got 1/8 inch showing round the edges. And straight is always good. There we go. So that is morning, Renee. 8:10. Wow. Okay, so that's my base. I'm going to have a pool party tag, but I'm also going to have a white tag. And this I'm going to stamp in pool party using what I would call a drink on a stick. Well, that's what my father always used to call it. So that's what I'm going to call it. Popsicle in the States. Hello, Anne from sunny West Yorkshire. Wow, it's sunny in West Yorkshire. Love that you do them in inches. The only problem is, Jan, they're in inches for A4, not for North American letter. But I do put them on my website in North American letter. Your cards are a bit squatter than ours. I'm trying not to say short and fat. But your cardstock is wider, but not as long. And monks. Ah, yes. So Jenny has a friend in West Yorkshire, in Yorkshire. Yorkshire's quite a big county. Anyway, right, I'm going to build this from the bottom up, which may sound odd, but there is method in my madness. And I will explain what that madness is as I go. So this is the fill-in for the stick, which I'm stamping in crumb cake, and then I'm going to do the wooden bit, or it may be the dribble, I don't know, also in crumb cake, just to give it some texture. Oh, I went on holiday near Goole, which is in the Wolds, Yorkshire Wolds, I think, if I remember correctly. Right, pool party. Opposite side. Yes, Yorkshire is huge. Yorkshire is enormous. It would be a bit like, in the nicest sense of this, asking if someone knew someone who lived in London. London may not be that large as a city. Well, in fact, the city of London is a whole square mile. But there are so many people in it. Right, so I'm going to pop the top of my popsicle, ice cream, whatever we're calling it, down. And the reason that I have done it from the bottom up is because I want to die cut this, and I don't want it too far up. You live not far from Goole, Claire. Woo! Good morning, Claire, by the way. I hadn't realised you're here, but you are. Right, so I've inked up this. Now you can stretch this as far as you want. You can have it down as far as you want. I'm going to do it kind of part way, because I do want this to fill into the tag a bit. So that's my ice cream slash popsicle slash whatever you call it. And I'm just going to add in Coastal Cabana little dots. Your husband said you can fit Yorkshire on your kitchen table. Not quite sure what that reference is, but fair enough. It doesn't actually matter which way round you do this, but Yorkshire is huge. Right, so there we are. So there is our slightly skew whiff ice cream. I don't need those two colours anymore, but I do need to clean my stamp because I will be using them again. So let me just do that before I forget. It's particularly important to remember to clean your stamp if you're going to change colours when you're using, don't need to clean those, when you're using pale colours because they don't really show up. You're saying it's small. Yorkshire is not small. I suppose it depends, you know, where you are in comparison. It's small in comparison to Australia. Absolutely, Audrey. We are, I think because we're a small country, people think we know everyone. We have a population in excess of 60 million, so not that small. Right, I've only got one bit of die cutting to do. So, yeah, Australia, by comparison to Australia, Yorkshire is not large. By comparison to the rest of the United Kingdom, Yorkshire large. I would almost say it's as large as Wales, which is a whole other country. It's a whole other part of the United Kingdom, or Great Britain, whichever bit you want to think about. Northern Ireland being part of the United Kingdom as opposed to part of Great Britain. A little geography lesson for anyone. So Great Britain is the island, if you like. So it's Britain is the island and Great Britain is kind of the three nations, so it's England, Scotland, Wales, and then if you add Northern Ireland in, you get the United Kingdom. We have a house fire locally, and I'm watching Mike. He's not well. You've got a house fire. Ooh, you live near Hayworth. Right, so that's all of the die cutting I'm going to do on camera because everything else is done. Let me just get rid of my little bit. Don't need that, don't need that. Let's pop that down there. Get rid of my plates and my beautiful little mini. And got to say this, there's a raffle for my team. And I've been saving up lots of bits for the raffle, for the team event. Including a mini die cutter. So hopefully they will enjoy that. Right, so I'm going to add this together with some of the Blackberry Bliss ribbon, just a small piece. He's a heart patient and the smoke around the area is affecting him. Oh no, I didn't know that distinction. Ah, well, there we are, I see. So yes, Britain is the island, Great Britain is the three nations, add in Northern Ireland, and then you've got the United Kingdom. Although at the moment we are acting independently of each other for COVID. So yes, if anyone ever says to a Scot, so Audrey for example, oh, are you from England? If she says no, that'll be why. Oh, I forgot to put the, bear with me, because I die cut the little bits that go on the top. So I'm going to pop one of those on. You get 3 of these in one pass, and you get 4 of the circles in one pass. So yes, never say to anyone from one of the other 4 nations, one of the other 3 nations, are you from England, if they're not. Because, yeah. I think it would be a bit like saying to someone from New Zealand, are you from Australia? Or someone from Canada, are you from the United States? I think it would be a similar... Insult may not be quite the right word, but let's use it. Insult. So that goes on there. And then, of course, you get people like me, whose family is from Scotland, but I've never lived there. I asked someone the other day if they were English. They were not impressed. They were Welsh. Well, there you are. Yes. British would just about have been okay. English, no. Right, so that's our piece of ribbon, and then I've got some of the twine. Now this actually is from the snail mail combo, but it's also, there's Baker's Twine in the new catalogue, there's the Baker's Twine Essentials, so either. I'm just going to wrap it round once, and then let's make it, I never like to skimp with twine, I don't see the point, it's not expensive, and you get masses. Right, so I'm going to turn this upside down because for some reason I find it easier to tie a bow the wrong way up. Don't ask. That's just the way I rock and roll. Oh, I'm so pleased my big boxes have arrived because I need to get a parcel off to Germany as well. And I wanted to put it in a pizza box rather than in a box where I had to kind of fold things rather than, I didn't want to cut them, but yes, because one of my team is in Germany and this isn't for the, oh, well done, Kay. You are a lifesaver. What would I do without you? Just as well I'm doing 3 things at once, really, isn't it? Reading comments, not using my brain, and tying twine together. Thank you! Thank you, thank you, thank you! Oh, have you and B made contact yet? Of course I'm thinking of you, Barbara. And good morning. So Barbara is my German, well, she's not German, she's American, but my team member who is in Germany. And she's got some stuff that I'm sending her that I don't want to cut. And I know she would rather I didn't cut it, so yes. And rather than send an enormous great big box. Yes, you have. Good. I'm so pleased. She is absolutely thrilled that you are so close to her. So I'm really pleased that there are all these acquaintanceships or friendships, whatever you want to call them, coming out of this. So Claire lives 7 miles from Selby. You are very right. I'm very right. What, that you don't want things cut? I thought I might be. It's one of the interesting things with YouTube and Facebook lives is there's a delay. So I'm never quite sure what people are answering the question to. And just as well, I was taking forever to do this bow so that Kay could remind me that I needed the pool party layer. Right, I'm just going to clip the top of my ribbons down a bit, quite a bit actually, because I want those at an angle and I want them a bit shorter. There we go. And pop those in my recycling bin. Wish I was closer to you guys. I know. Right, so I am going to stick these together, but I'm going to stick them together at a slight angle, and then I'm going to pop the whole lot up. So I'm going to just come in and put a little scribble of glue there. As you know, I'm not a great fan of glue behind white card, but it'll be fine. It will be fine. It's got stamped image over the top, so it'll be fine. There we go. Right, dimensionals of the large variety. Oh, I've just had a thought of what else I can add, and it's not the sprinkles. I mean, I could add the sprinkles, but I think with this, with the drink on a stick / popsicle, I don't think sprinkles are quite right. Right. And there is going to be some fussy cutting. Just saying. Just not yet. I'm just going to come over a wee bit more. I want my blue tag. Let's come Not going to come all the way down. In fact, I'm going to ignore the fact that the ribbon's going off the top because it doesn't matter. It'll go into the envelope. Although here's the thing. So, paddle pop. Okay. Okay, never heard it called a paddle pop, but okay. So here's the thing. I hadn't realised this, but apparently those of us who use A4, our envelopes, our C6 envelopes, are a lot larger in relation to our A4, A6 card than the medium envelopes are for those of you in North America. So we've got all this space, and apparently yours are much, much tighter. Our poor old cat. Oh no, your cat's in hospital. That's not good. Google, it's the same shape. Okay, I will have a look at paddle pops. So yes, I hadn't realised that in the UK, well, in outside North America, we get much larger envelopes in comparison to our card size. Right, so I've got a piece of Blackberry Bliss. I have my embossing buddy, my 15, 20-year-old embossing buddy, which is still going strong. I mean, it's losing weight, but it is still working. And I've got one of the sentiments, and it's treat yourself. So we're going to treat ourselves. And yes, I am going to be fussy cutting it out. It's, you know, I like fussy cutting. You could just leave it on the Blackberry Bliss. You don't have to fussy cut it, but I do like fussy cutting. Yeah, I think we all wish Barbara was closer. Barbara has just, I have a guest stamper on our Facebook group every month, or most months. We don't always, when there's shipping delays, it may not happen. And Barbara has just done the most phenomenal month with the Dandy Garden suite. I mean, phenomenal. She's, yeah, amazing. Ooh, that's not good. You don't want weeing blood. He's 11. Oh, don't worry, Karen. You can always watch back later. So I'm just going to heat this with my heat gun. Like that. Now, you do want to wait until that is set. Yeah, absolutely incredible creations from Barbara. She really rocked it. I mean, they were phenomenal. Just, if anybody didn't like the Dandy Garden stuff before, they did by the time Barbara had finished sharing with us. But yes, I like a guest stamper on our Facebook group every month, because we all have different ideas about crafting, and I love to see what everyone comes up with. They're all amazing. Hello, Kay from Australia. So yes, they get to choose which stamp set they want to use. I buy it for them, send it to them, they get to keep it, and all they have to do is share their creations. They don't even have to share that many. It's just over the course of the month. And I think Barbara had one every other day, which was way above the Call of Duty, but she was obviously on a roll. So, and it was just phenomenal. And then she did our make and take for our team craft and chat event last week, which is our sort of monthly team meeting. And again, I quite like other people to do that, so that fellow Aussie, yay! Hi, Wendy's Craft Den. And so yes, I like to not have just me talking for the whole evening. I mean, we do it on Zoom, so we're all talking, but you know what I mean. And she did the most amazing diorama card for us. So yeah, she's a bit of a star. It's lovely when people volunteer to help out. And I have to say, all of them have been fantastic while I've had to sort of take a bit of a back seat looking after my father's affairs. It's been amazing. Morning, Sue. And everyone's sorry for it. Don't worry, I'm usually working during the week, so catching you live is a real treat. Yay! Hello, Anita. Or good evening, I should say, Anita. Oh, so here's something exciting. So on Friday, if memory serves, there's going to be a free download on the Stamping Up website. And it's going to be amazing. Yes, he did, Jenny. He was 90, bless him. 5th of March, he passed away. He fell and broke his ankle, and basically it was, yeah, he was taken into hospital, and that was it, really. He's obviously, his time had come. He really hated being on his own. My mother passed away 3 years ago. So yeah, he's been incredibly lonely since then, even though we'd try to be as, with him as we could. So he bubbled with us. I mean, he lived on his own, but he bubbled with us. So in the UK, that meant we could, in England, that meant we could have him to stay and stuff. Because he otherwise shielded, that was fine. So it's, yeah, missing him. Oops, didn't really want one there. Missing him a lot. But the team have been fantastic. They've all just taken over, which is brilliant. He was, as I say, I mean, I don't get me wrong, I'm absolutely gutted. My brother and I at his funeral were just inconsolable. We broke all the rules and hugged a lot, because we're not supposed to, but, stuff it. I'd just had COVID, he'd had his first jab, I'd had my first jab, and we just kind of went, who cares, frankly, because we didn't at that point. So, yeah. But he was 90, he'd had a really good life. Yeah, it is. But, yeah, he was, as I say, he was incredibly lonely. So at least he's now with our mother. So that's all good. Right, so there's one thing I want to add to this. Sorry for knocking the camera there. I'm sure they're here somewhere. There they are. So the Artistry Blooms embellishments happen to be, one of the colours is Calypso Coral. And I think on a drink on a stick paddle pop popsicle, they kind of work. So I'm going to add them because it's, I can. So I am going to add one just kind of down here a bit. Actually, I'll go there a bit. And then I'll add another one of these there, I think. So we'll just have a little 3 there. You can also, there's Rich Raspberry, which is not that far off Blackberry Bliss. So I can't remember what the other colours are, apart from these. But you could add these if you wanted. I mean, obviously you can do different colours because you can do different coloured ice cream. So that is our card. You get your second jab this afternoon. I get mine on the 4th of June, which is, ironically, the day before the team retreat. So I'm hoping I will be okay. I took to my bed after the last one, but even if I have to run it from my bed, it will happen. Right, so there's a little chat going on about between the Australians, which is great. As I say, I love when people all get together over this. So this is our first card. It's not that difficult. You can replace these with layers, with just cut pieces if you'd rather. So I have family in Melbourne. My second cousin once removed. Yes, my father's cousin, my father's cousin, my first cousin once removed, emigrated to Perth with her husband as a 10 bob pom, and her family are now in Melbourne mostly. So this is one of the mini treat boxes. They're called Love You treat boxes, whatever I put in the title. Yes, Love You Always treat box. They are still available. I checked this morning. Can you please hold the card still? I can see yourself, but I couldn't see the other word. Oh, it's treat. Bear with me. So this is treat, and then yourself. You visit family in Melbourne and Queensland, Albert Park and Runaway Bay. Yeah, in the days when we're allowed to, Lorna. So yes, it's treat yourself is the word. So let's see if I can remember how to put one of these together, shall we? So the first thing I am going to do is fold everything. I always think that's a really good start, is if there is a score line, fold it. Thank you, Kay. I'm glad you enjoy the card. So I will bring everything back in at the end, and I will then be taking photos and adding a photo to the YouTube thumbnail, and they will then appear on my website later in the week. I'm posted up until tomorrow morning at the moment. I'm hoping to get up to the end of the week by the end of today, but I have got 2 card classes to design in the meantime, so you know, and a little bit of posting to do. So oh no, that should have gone that way. That's right, that's right. That goes that way. And those go in. Okay. I'm nearly 43 and couldn't see it. Good. Well, dare I say, wish I was only nearly 43. That would be wonderful. However, I'm not. Right, so those bits in, then let's get that out of the way for the moment. So it's sides, ends, push those bits down. You sort of see that. Then that side goes in with the bit sticking out. Then this long bit goes in, and that clips into the. Oops, you're not that old. I wish I wasn't. I hope those of you meeting on WhatsApp know that the changes that affect your privacy. Know about the changes? Ooh, didn't know about that, Lorna, but I don't do much on WhatsApp. Anyway, this bit is really easy. You just do that. However, I want to use some of the paper to go round this. Now, here's the seam. So for me, that's the bottom. This is, I want to say 4 inches by 9, but I'm going to check. So it is 4 inches by 9, which is too long. But I would rather it was too long than too short. So I am going to fold it as I go, because it gets a better. Your mother turned 69 this year. Yeah, thanks for that, Jenny. That's lovely. It's when I was still working, and this is some years ago. One of the guys I was working with, his mother was 6 months younger than me, which is fine until he then went and had a child himself, which I wasn't overly impressed by. I was still in my very early 50s at the time. In fact, no, I was in my late 40s, mid 40s. Gosh. So this overlaps by about 1/4 of an inch. You're 77. You can't be, Lorna. That paper matches your t-shirt. It does nearly, yes. This was a present from my brother and sister-in-law some years ago now, but it's lovely. I love it. So I'm going to use tear and tape for this because it's kind of the right width. So I'm going to put it on the end that I'm going to overlap, as opposed to the piece I'm overlapping it over, if you see what I mean. So this is the outside, if you like, and just score that, or push it down well. Burnish, that's the word I'm looking for. Burnish. And pull this up, and oh, it's nearly straight. Yeah, we didn't have children either. I mean, I'm past childbearing age now, which is quite nice in a way because we planned not to have children. So it's quite nice that we managed to avoid having children. It was, dare I say, one of the attractions was neither of us wanted children. And it does make you stay a lot younger, I think, by not having children. My father, however, who was known as the weekend hippie, because he used to wear some quite outrageous tops and trousers that my mother made for him. He managed to convince someone that he was in his early 20s when he was actually in his mid 40s. Were you around about the same? We are about the same age, yeah. You were a grandmother in your 40s, late, I hasten to add. Thank you, Wendy. We can't both... Oh no, that's unfortunate, having spina bifida. Right, so this one I'm going to kind of do from both ends-ish. So I'm doing petal pink because petal pink is in the paper. That's the word I'm looking for. So I'm going to start with my... I'm going to start by bringing in my piercing mat and... adding the top of my drink on a stick popsicle paddle pop, that's the word I'm looking for. You can't be 76, Barbara. Then I'm going to do my stick. There is method in my madness. You will find out the method in my madness in a moment. Then I'm going to add my wood bit, the bit that makes it look a bit wooden. Children definitely age you. The older they get, the more, absolutely. Mid-50s! Oh, I wish. Thank you so much. That's made my day. Yeah, makeup helps. Right, so this is the bottom of my ice cream. And I'm going to line that up with the bottom of, or with the top of my stick, as well as the sides, so that it fills, my thing fills the whatnot, the tag, that's the word I'm looking for. Possibly a little high, because I was going to add, oh no, it'll still go on, it's fine. It's a little long, but it's fine. Right, so I'm going to add that, and then we're nearly finished. That doesn't go there, it goes there. So let me just add some, I am going to tie some ribbon around my box. And actually I'm going to tie some ribbon around my box in a slightly odd way, I've decided, it's just come to me. Now I'm adding the glue to the tag, not to the thing that's going onto the tag, because I don't know about you, but trying to put glue on something this small is just not going to happen. Sorry and all that, but... No, Audrey, your Martin can't possibly be 40 in July. Barbara says you think your children keep you young. Yeah, maybe. I don't know, the grey hairs. Anyway, oh, I didn't put the sprinkles on. Gotta put the sprinkles on. Calypso coral. I love that we're having this random conversation about children and grandchildren. I'm actually going to do this twice because it fills it quite nicely twice, because I've done it so large. Right, so that's going to go on the top of the box. Then my ribbon, I have decided, hey, it's retiring soon. I'm going to put my ribbon right round my box. comme ça. And then I'm going to put it into my box, into my slidey bit. And then I'm going to tie it. Well, actually, I'm probably not going to tie it as such. I'm going to tie it together. So I've got quite a long piece here. Don't you love how I'm just winging this? You got asked if you're your husband's mother. Oh, well, that's wonderful. Not. Your mother was grey before. Going grey is less to do with age and more to do with genes, is all I would say. But yeah, I mean, some people keep the colour in their hair for a very, very long time, and some don't. So I'm going to again, I'm going to pop this round twice. Make sure I'm in camera. Come on, behave, please. Thank you. Now, where's the bottom? That's the bottom. So, oh, come along. This is where I need 5 hands. You have no plans to stop using it. I will use it. I just probably won't use it on camera, Candy. I don't tend. Well, I do, because I do buy one get one free, which will be when I would get rid of, you know, a selection of ribbons. But yeah, okay, I'm going to do my half knot, and then I'm going to tighten everything up a little bit. So I need it to come down a little bit. There we go, that's better. I just basically want it taut at this point. Then actually I'm going to come back up the other way, so it's going to be really taut, because I've just realised I need my ribbon to be, my bow to be on top. I could just take the box out and put it back in the other way around, but hey, let's go for broke and have it this way. So this will just help tie in with the card, because my idea is that the card goes with it, so it's the same but different, if you get my drift. I'm just going to pull that a wee bit more, because having got that tight as a bow, you can then tighten it up. Ooh, suddenly went really lightheaded. Used far too much ribbon. There we go. Life just, you know, hey. Right. Oh, I know what I can do. I can pop this bit, which was my offcut, through the loop. Oh, Lorna, your hair is gorgeous. You're at that. You've got that nice white grey. If I let my hair go grey, it would just look like mouse. Really not nice at all. I have seen what it looks like grey, and it's really not a pretty picture. There will come a point where it will just have to happen, but not just yet. I'm actually planning, this is going to sound weird, so next year, next July, I will have been, my breast cancer will have been in remission for 10 years, so I am actually thinking of having my head shaved for charity. And at that point I may possibly let the grey come through. I certainly will have a look at what it looks like. So this is my plan anyways, that I'm going to have it, my head shaved for charity. Obviously a breast cancer charity, and probably the local breast cancer charity, which there's one that's run by a couple that used to live in the village. They've just literally in the last few months moved out. He's not terribly well. So yeah, this is my plan. And it actually coincides with when I will have been a demonstrator for about 6 years. Well, I was in my, you'd think, I was in my early 50s. There were, well, let's be fair and call them girls, who were going through treatment at the same time as me, who were in their late 20s, early 30s, which was just awful. Yeah. And they wanted children, and the treatment for ongoing, you know, after chemo involves hormones and reducing them. So they were having to go through all sorts of having eggs harvested and stuff. It's just thank you, but thank you everyone. Yeah, I mean, it's I never hide the fact that I had breast cancer. I think it's wrong to hide it. I know the time was when it was almost like it was not the done thing, but for me it is. Anyway, moving swiftly back to crafting. Yay! Other people might think it's a nice colour. You're right. Anyway, so there we are. Those are, and we've got lots of tag toppers left, because these, you get 4 circles and 3 of the straight edged ones just by passing through the die cutting machine once with each. So yeah, I have to say, if my anniversary was in the middle of, you know, January, I may not have had my head shape, and I have yet to do it. Right, so there we go. Little treat box, and this, because we've got the ribbon, you can just pull the ribbon. Oh, it would be so much better if I had it the right way up, wouldn't it? So I've actually stuck the tag on the wrong side. Anyway, it's because it's got stripes I couldn't see. Anyway, so yes, you can pull this. Make me wouldn't really have. I know nah. I'll just go without it. You know, it'll grow quickly. My hair does nothing if not grow quickly. Anyway, we could add some more sparkles on that, couldn't we? Because these sparkles would go on this. So let's tie in even more. Let's bring out the paler of the 2 orangey colours. And as I say, no idea what colour these actually are, but let's just go with it. And I'll keep these on the drink on a stick paddle popsicle. There we go. Right, thank you very much. You have a number 1 cut every 3 weeks. I know you have your hair short, Audrey. I have, because Audrey and I have met. Thank you very much indeed for joining me today. Do remember, if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. I will flip up so that I can see you properly. So yes, if you've enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Do remember to subscribe if you don't already. Next will be Thursday afternoon at 3 o'clock, which I know doesn't work for those of you in Australia particularly well. But I think it's probably a better time for those of you in the States. So thank you very much indeed, and I will see you again soon, and I hope to be able to launch my next craft in a box class later this week. Fingers crossed. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye. I'll use that hand because then you don't get it hidden behind the camera. Fare thee well. I shall bring up my thank you for joining me.